So you've retired and you've saved your whole life for this or the last part of your working years for this. Why should you continue to save? Because you've been doing that the whole time just to get here. We're going to talk about today why you should continue to save in retirement, some things to think about, and I'm going to share with you what I've done since I early retired in October of 2023. So I hope you will stick around. I like to give just basic, normal, average people information. So if that is you, let's get started. So if you were like me, maybe you couldn't actually save for retirement until the last several years before you decided to retire. I was raising kids, I was putting them through college, I was working, I was doing all the things that all of us do every single day, sometimes living paycheck to paycheck and not having anything left to put in retirement. And I did this for many, many years. I raised 6 kids, and I figured up at one time, like, how long it took me to get them all through school, through college. It was astronomical. It was scary. So it's no wonder that it took me till the later years in my 50s to actually start buckling down and being able to put some money away when I was an empty nester. This is not unusual. A lot of people are in this same boat. Many people retire with no savings, with very little savings, and many people live paycheck to paycheck with their Social Security. A lot of people don't have a lot of savings, or it doesn't go as far as they think it's going to go. Even if you have savings stuck back, it is important to continue to save every chance that you get. And the reasons being is you need to offset inflation. We don't know what is going to happen. Prices have been crazy. If you're like me and you retired in about 2023, you've continued to see prices raise. And yet you chose to retire early. And maybe you're sitting there thinking, what am I going to do? Did I save enough money? And that's one of the reasons we want to continue to save is to offset inflation. Another reason is we don't know if we're going to have unexpected medical expenses. I've had so much money done on my teeth just in my upper 50s, and it cost me thousands of dollars. And a lot of that was unexpected, and I had to come up with that money when I was trying to save so I could early retire. So we don't know what is going to come up. Just because I've had my teeth done doesn't mean that everything's taken care of and that I'm not going to have more dental expenses. So continue to save because something unexpected usually happens, even if we think we have all of our bases covered. You're going to want to continue to save to build security for your long-term goals. And that is not having to go back to work or maybe only working part-time. It's important to have that financial security. It makes our retirement more enjoyable. It helps our decision-making process better because then we can actually know what we can afford to do and what we can't afford to do. So continuing to save gives us more options in our retirement. A lot of people continue to save because they want to make sure that their retirement lasts. And the way that you can do that is to plan your budget, track your expenditures, plan for those bigger expenses, like if you're going on vacation or you're going to take a little trip, or maybe you're doing some remodeling to your house. There's lots of things that can come up that we're going to want to keep our financial security throughout retirement. So plan for those expenses. Don't quit reviewing your numbers. A lot of people might feel like maybe they don't have to continue to be so stringent with keeping track of what they're spending and keeping track of their numbers in retirement. And I feel like it's even more important because we don't have that check coming in every couple of weeks. We want to stay on top of those numbers so we can plan for expenses, so we can plan for goals and continue to make goals and live out some of those bucket list things we've always wanted to do. So don't Put that notebook away. Stay on top of those numbers. Being debt-free gives you the best start to your retirement, and staying debt-free is so important. They say that we should have between 1 and 3 years of expenses saved back in high interest accounts. That is something that I do have. I have money stuck back in a money market checking account. It's only 0.50% interest, but I can get to that money quickly. Then I have money in CDs. Right now, they are 3.75% annual yield for 9 months, and I just renewed one for that. So that money is at a higher interest, and I know that I can live off of what I'm bringing in, and I have that money market as a backup in case I run short. I also save every chance I get. I have certain amounts that I earn that are very small, but they go straight into my savings account, and then I just pretend that I didn't even get paid that amount. Some of that is my affiliate marketing. If I get anything from the links that you click in the description box, they go straight into my savings. Another thing is the mystery shopping that I do. If I do any mystery shopping, that money goes straight into my savings. And the rest of the money I try to live off of during the month that I bring in. And I keep it in a checking account that just basically covers my expenses so that I don't go over. Having multiple streams of income is very important. That way, if one of them stops or you don't get it that month, then you have others. And that's the way I am, because sometimes I don't get some of the money from the different income streams that maybe I'm hoping that I will get. And having those other multiple streams of income can help you get through that month without having to go into your savings. Each year, they roll out how much we are allowed to make if we retired early and get Social Security at 62. We can't make as much money as we want until we reach that full retirement age, whatever that is for your bracket. For my bracket, it's 67 years old. So if I have part-time work and I'm getting Social Security at 62, then there is a limit on how much I can make, or they start taking $1 for every two. Now, I'm not getting Social Security yet. I'm only 60 years old. You'll want to check that number annually to make sure that you don't go over. For 2026, it is $24,480 that you are allowed to make without it affecting your Social Security benefits. I have had people tell me that they worked in retirement. They didn't know that they could only make a certain amount, and they had to pay a lot of it back in taxes at the end of the year. And you don't want that to happen. Another thing you will want to stay on top of is how much Medicare costs, because that will be deducted from your Social Security. And if you choose to not sign up when you are eligible at 65, there becomes a penalty that you have to pay the rest of your life every single month if you sign up late. So stay on top of that and contact a Medicare professional, or watch some of these Medicare YouTube videos that explain that in detail. And the last tip for staying retired and staying on top of your numbers and why you want to save is that you're going to want to have a plan for your savings. You're going to want to have a plan on when you take money out, when it's okay to take money out, and how much you take out, and monitor that on an annual basis. Because for me, I take money out for property taxes if I don't have enough money, and I take money out for Christmas if I don't have enough money. And since I put some amounts in there all year long, that is some that I'm pulling out for those two things when I need them. But that is my savings plan. That is the only time that I touch that savings. My husband and I have a joint savings, and we don't take anything out during the year. The only time we take anything out is if we take a vacation together, then we touch that savings. So have a savings plan so you know when you're going to withdraw, about how much you're going to withdraw, and make sure you stay on top of that so that you don't use that up too quickly and not have a way to replenish it. I hope this has given you some things to think about if you are retired early, thinking about retiring early, or you are just wanting to save some money. Some of these are a good rule of thumb anyway. Thanks for watching today. Give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.